Tippy time my damies, Top Cat here and welcome back to the channel. Now we get a lot of loot in this game and we tend to hoard it, just fanging everything into the vault. But come Armor 3.0 next season, we're definitely going to need a lot more space. With Armor 3.0 means our current armor is going to be lacking and even our God Roll weapons are going to lose a little bit of their luster. Normally before each season I can just clear 30 things out of my vault, but this time around I'm going to need 100 plus spaces because I really want to build up a solid armor collection. I've deleted all my legendary armor excluding my top 3 stated pieces. This made enough space to move all my weapons into the vault. As I don't want to keep moving pieces back and forwards, I want to take a look at my collection as a whole, judging each weapon by its archetype and element. Use this little double arrow icon here to toggle to newest. This will give you a glimpse at the weapons you've just been hiffing in there. Delete anything you're not going to really want at first glance. Now whilst cleaning out your vault, you're going to find some weapons that aren't in your collection that you want to try and get. So I would suggest making yourself a little shopping list whilst doing your cleanse. My old one-tapping biting winds. Smell you later, you're not enhanceable. I'm going to keep touching my diddle, this could be good someday. I'm going to keep the whispers just in case kill clip is relevant again. The Neapolitan will be tasty if we ever get a bowmatter again. Vengeful whisper is goat and slot, not getting rid of that. And the Rauncher has both good PvE and PvP options available on this craftable bow. Sorry my god roll, time lost hand cannon is your fate to be deleted. Survivor's epitaph reads gone burgers. I was so hungry for the spare rations, but by the time I got this roll, the meta already passed, so goodbye. 7th Seraph Officer Revolver, great for your Lucky Pants builds. Warden's Law also does it great with 4 times Whirlpool. I've got another Warden's Law for Crucible, and my favourite Midnight Coup from Onslaught was Explosive Payload with Kinetic Tremors. I'll be keeping that Ostringer for the Crucible. Keep your favourite rose. I'm not going to judge your roll if you don't judge mine. Criminal's Dagger has some of the best kinetic 2 taps available inside the Crucible. You're going to notice a running theme here with these weapons as I try and keep one of each element and one of each archetype, whilst trying to avoid crossing traits across archetypes. Kept Confidence, Great Strain Hand Cannon, 140, craftable with great PvE and PvP perks. My Unloved is much loved for my prismatic kits, and the Round Robin will be for my more traditional strand kits. For my stasis hand cannons I got something new with Elemental for monster handling and Precision Instrument for some deadly tapping. The 140 is the Judgment with slide time payload. I've also got a PvE version with Demo Rhyme Stealer and an Excavate with Rhyme Stealer Headstone also for the PvE. These are for when we want lots of damage resist, but the bold endings is when we want to make a splash with Dragonfly exploding those headstones. Now despite the fact that Fractalus still gets me hard inside the Crucible, I'm going to have to bin it and try and get myself to Deadlock. This is going to be the first item on my shopping list. For the PvE, I've got a No Reprieve with Surrounded on it. Love it to pieces. God Roll Astral Horizon, bye-bye. I see plenty of people using this someday, but today is today and I'm saying goodbye. We've already got 3 S-tier kinetic shotguns in the Perfect Paradox, Imperial Decree and the Wastelander, so I really don't need a 4th one. That's kinda mid to kinda okay. Strain's also got many solid options here. Until its return is a rapid fire with Cascade Point, monster damage. Swordbreaker is a lightweight, great for 1-2 punching, surrounding anything Titan. And Supercluster has Reconstruction and Vorpal for some slightly longer and more accurate damage phases. God Roll Silicon goes go bye. It's already a flooded market sadly. Same goes my Bite of the Fox. If I want a kinetic sniper, realistically IS-Sol is the only version, so bye bye to my OG IS-Sol. Succession, we got Reconstruction with Vorpal, solid PvE sniper. Onslaught also gave us the fun roll with Discord Redirection, but in a lot of cases for damage we're going to use Supremacy with Rewind Kinetic Tremors. For stasis I've got an Overflow Firing Line on the Thoughtless, it's craftable. For a bit of play we've got the Locust with Discord Headstone, and Strand we've got the Aggressive with Firing Line. I'll be buzzing off my buzzard, buzz buzz, bye bye. I'm gonna keep my allied, obviously I love this. With nearly 2k Crucible kills, it's obviously a favourite and quite sentimental, so I will keep it. I'll be keeping the empirical evidence solid 2 burst handgun to date, and I love rocking it with Encore Harmony, but realistically the Peace Bond is the absolute slapper when it comes to cruiser kills now. Zen Moment Headseeker, definitely get one this weekend. Now it does compete a little bit with the Liminal Vigil, so I've opted to go for a PvE role on the Liminal, Headstone Rhyme Stealer, and piss off my tap kill clip. For Strand we've got the Mikhail's Reverence. I run Rewind Paracausal for a little bit of damage when you're up close and personal. We've got a Heavy Burst Breachlight, Perpetual Swashbuckler, good in close quarters again, particularly with that Cast No Shadows origin trait. Of course we've got the Call. For Stasis we run that Tanisha's. I've got Air Trigger Chill Clip, but I would also try and suggest getting a bait and switch one. It could be good next season. Now sadly we're passing off the Deliverance, as realistically the Riptide can just do it better. Also getting rid of my Adept Burden of Guilt, sadly. Strand we got Pressurized with Discord, it's great. Scatter Signal is dope. Because it's so dope, I'm going to be pissing off my Nox, pissing off my God Roll Adept Immortal, as these days the Mirror Imago just lights things up. I'm letting go of this Adjudicator as it's a PC God Roll, not a console God Roll. I'm keeping this Escape Velocity, love it to pieces, 666 kills. But realistically, my Multimac will be doing most of my business in the Crucible. It's solid at 1v1s, but I've got the Boondoggle for some good old chain killing. Now we can get rid of a lot of these stasis SMG'S, like my Yarrowbit, Rapacious Appetite, as realistically we have the Unending Tempest, which has just got all the perks you could ever want in it, so head into the Crucible, farm one up for yourself. I am keeping a PvE Yarrowbit though. I do love this with Air Trigger Zen Moment. Now when it comes to Kinetic Scouts, one rule's above the rest, the Hung Jury. For PvE, I like Kinetic Tremors with Firefly, and inside the Crucible, of course, Rapid Hit Box Breathing for those beautiful quick kills. This Randy's gets me horny, it's got every kill perk I could want on it, with Box Breathing, Focused, and Kill Clip. For Stasis, I've got the Prophet, both with Kill Clip, and I've got a Cascade one as well. We've got that Live Fire with Rhyme Stealer Headstone to really rock into that Stasis theme. Now when it comes to our Strand Scouts, we've got a few options, most of which all do the same, like the Glissando, really is a hatchling. Guiding Sight, really is a hatchling, but at least it's got demo as well. Fang of Air Ute, Monster in the Crucible, and the Traxopus with that Cascade and either Storm can be lethal. So I'm going to piss off that Glissando, as the Guiding Sight just does it a little bit better. Now I did love my Messenger with Kinetic Tremors, but realistically the Blast Furnace does it oh so much better, and we can pair it with Ofa, giving us that 35% damage boost. I've also got a Rapid Head Seeker one for the Crucible if I was so inclined, so bye bye Messenger. I've also got that OG Messenger with Desperado, but sadly I'm fanging that off as well. I'm going to keep the Smiter Moraine with that Demo Adrenaline. It's actually got quite a few nice combos we can rock with. We've actually got tons of Kinetic Pulses, but we can't keep them all. But I am going to keep this High Ground Bygones, love it still, Chattering Bone, Kill Clip Headseeker, Monster in the Cruci, and I will never let go of my Peace of Mind. I love this thing to pieces. For now, I'm going to keep that Syncopation with Headstone. It could be good next season, but I'll probably end up subbing it out for the Disparity, as I've got it with Pugilist as well, so just more ice. For the Cruci, I got a Psychometic with Headseeker, which probably isn't going to get used, as realistically the Esterok is just rolling all. Managed to get a God Roll Zen Moment Headseeker straight off the bat, and I managed to get a well-statted Encore Kill Clip Snowman. Aisha took good care of me, giving me a Zen Moment Headseeker straight off the bat with a Strand Rifle. Different times might not have the best stats, but it can pop grapes. Belarus might make strong women, but it doesn't make strong rifle. Relentless is the best, Slice with Hatchling, with Keep Away Headseeker. Now I would say it's fair judgment that this rifle is the only one of Stasis note, with Rhyme Stealer Headstone. Thankfully it's a ritual weapon, so you'll all have it. Keep it, it's going to be meta next season. The second option we do have is the Veiled Threat. Slightly less good, as it's got that ugly ass sight on the top of it. Now I'm going to be pissing off this Adept Rufus, as realistically I've got a craftable one that is perfectly fine. I hate these fucking flip machines, it looks like they shoot out little sperm. I hate that stupid tracking round, but hey, I'm going to hold on to it. It could be good later down the line. I got two of them, you know, for some uniqueness. Perpetualis, definitely GOAT in the Crucible. I've also got Lethal Abundance, Solid 360 with Keep Away Tap, and Slice Hatchling for some monster PvE clear. Now I do have this Origin with Kinetic, but realistically the Chroma Rush does it better, so I can fang off one of these. Adept Duty Bound, stats roll 1 for all, bye bye, love you long time. Fire Rate, Craftable, both good PvE and PvP perks, so I'll be keeping this. For our Glaives in that top slot, we've only got a couple of options, but they're all good. Rake Angle, Rhyme Stealer, Chill Clip. I'm keeping it Tilting Windmills, close to Melee Refusal, and I've also got one with Discord and Disruption Break. I swear on the Unsworn, very tasty Strand Trace Rifle, very good with the Cenotaph Exotic Helmet. Most of the times I am rocking the Repentance as it's got Slideways Killing Tally, so easy reloads to keep that power up. I've got a practical one using Slice and Hatchling. I'm going to hang on to that as well with a dynamic tap for the Cruci. Now I don't surf the waves that often, but I'm going to hold on to it just in case. Tusk of the Boar, Slice, Chain, going to mess them up whilst keeping me safe. For our Kinetics, Mountaintop with that recombination auto holster, that's what you want, but I've also got that blinding Pardon of Dust. Double Fire Liturgy, Rhyme Stealer Chill Clip, and I've also got an MBS Arsenal Chill Clip for my bait and switch combo that I got rattling around in my head. With that new Pacific, I didn't go the chain reaction route. I've gone Rhyme Stealer Redirection to help boost up its strength a little bit as you're hitting multiple enemies at once. Most other times though, I'm running that Lost Signal. I love it with auto load, just spray your load and then just walk away and know that I've got another load ready to spray all over your face. Now onto our energy weapons, and one of the first I'm getting rid of is actually one of our most powerful weapons over the time, but has since been eclipsed. This is primarily because of the Psycho Pomp. I've got a Threat Frenzy, Pugilist Demo with an MBS Arsenal, Elemental Honing, and Toe for my monster Priz builds. I'm going to be fanging off a Demo Wellspring Forbearance. I've still got my Disruption Break one, very solid weapon here to increase that kinetic damage on anything we tag by 50%. I'm also keeping the OG one, the Ambitious Chain. My favourite of the Arc-GLs is probably the Undercurrent, Waveframe, Lead from Gold, Volt Shot. This is going to replace my Protocol Return, that can piss off. Solar, we got Reconstruction Incandescent on the Wild Style, but perhaps the Martyr's Retribution does a little bit better with Heal Clip Incandescent. Definitely keeping the Explosive Personality, Waveframe, Autoloading, Disruption Break, Monster Combo on the Cruci, and PvE. Unfortunately, I don't yet have that Baton that I want, so add that to the list. With the World of Light, I do have the first one, Disorientating, Slide Withering Gaze, but I hope to go back in there this week and get my MBS Bait and Switch one. Now, you'd be hard-pressed to keep every single variation of an Ergo sum, but I'll probably try and keep between 10 to 15. There are some very unique perks here that can work with different builds, so don't just go and delete them willy-nilly, as the RNG of getting the roll you want again is going to be very difficult, so think before you delete. Adored, bye-bye. A Cold, bye-bye. Both good rifles, but realistically the Overreach is the GOAT. Arc, Adaptive in the slot. Aggressive, I got the Macabre, same snap opening, but I do prefer my Albruna from Gambit with Snapshot Elemental, giving me monster handling if I'm ever on an Arc subclass. And not that it's amazing, but I am keeping a triple tap firing line for damage. The farthest sin is that it's such a shitty sniper. 1000 Yard Stare, amazing, but Mercurial does it better. Embrace Identity, Rico Precision Instrument, but don't have a lot of options here. I do have a Sovereignty with Withering Gaze to help out DPS phases, and I've got a Discord Precision Instrument for my double sniper, double Discord build. I would really love this Twilight Oath to be usable, but unfortunately you get Flinch to High Heaven, so unfortunately it's a bin. We've got plenty of other great solar snipers. I've got Keen Thistle here, Incandescent Discord for a bit of fun. For damage, I've got MBS Arsenal, Bait and Switch. I do want your help here though when it comes to my PvP roles. I'm loving Lone Wolf and Closing Time together, but I've also got a Snapshot Opening Shot. What do you guys think that I should be keeping out of these two? Because realistically I only need one PvP option. I've also got a Last Foray with MBS Cascade for the middle of Bait and Switch damage rotation. A Kalos Classic, Fourth Time Focus Fury, good for medium level DPS. And so too, my Uzme with Fourth Time Vorpal, it does a little bit better at range. And I've got a Fourth Time Deconstruct for any Briggs and things. Solo really does have the snipers cornered when it comes to DPS. I'll be faffing off my palindrome with Maghow, solid damage perk, but I don't like it how it's like sometimes strong, sometimes not, so it's gone burgers. Same with my yesterdays with Bolt Shot. Realistically, I just only need one with Bolt Shot, and Posterity does a little bit better, as I tend to use it more for picking off little peons. Where the question really shines is with Dragonfly and Bolt Shot, a little bit solider damage with AoE, and then in the Crucible as well, it's really strong with Rapid Hit Headseeker. Definitely try and get yourself one. If you want more splash, Nation of the Beast is strong with Dragonfly Bolt Shot, and the Sightline Survey has great rolls whether you want Lucky Pants in PvE or solid crit kills in the Crucible upping his TTK. I've yet to yet, but I love this palindrome monster, explosive opening shot. It is absolutely loaded with stats and it's going to be beastly. Remember the day I got this bottom dollar, I had several rage tweets. I had several Guardians in the Crucible just spraying rage at my luck. I hope they're not watching now, because delete! This palindrome was the first adept I ever got. Bye bye. Targeted reduction is getting targeted deleted, as realistically there's other weapons that do what this does just better. My Kalos, same again. There's a better version of it called the Optative. We're going to hang on to this. I love Golden Tricorn for the Cruci, getting those crispy TTKs down. We use Word of Crota in the PvE for all things Splash and Overshield. I'm going to hang on to a Mahi's with Dragonfly for now, as I do like that Splash with that little bit of extra range. It's sometimes required in GMs, and keep the Crota for slightly simpler and more fun encounters. I'm currently working on a truth bid, so bear with me here. Hanging on to that consistency roll. Double weekend roll is GOAT. This one can faff off. This one is all AoE to stabilize and demoralize. Mega Crucible combo of Slide Shot Maghow. A lot of fun, but perhaps not for me and my playstyle. But I'm still chasing my 1 for all with destabilizing, as 1 for all can proc off each instance that destabilizing hits, so that means more uptime with OFA. Once upon a time I had 30 hammers here. I'm going to whittle this down to 2. I'm definitely going to be keeping my one with Celerity, Monster Perk, and I'm going to keep a solid Jeweler. Despite not being enhanceable, I would weep if I had to get rid of my Frontier's Cry. I love it with Kill Clip. I've got multiple Luna's Howls here. Heal Clip Incandescent I'm keeping. Heal Clip, Kill Clip I'm going to keep. Discord Harmony, very strong swapper. And of course that Slide Shot opening for the Cruci. They all do something different, so I'm going to allow myself 4 of them. I'm going to faff off my Golden Tricorn Trust, even though it has better TTK. I'm going to keep this double God roll with opening shot and Eye of the Storm in the top for the Cruci, and MBS Vorpal Weapon for my Lucky Pants in the PvE. Being unenhanceable, this has led me to delete my Under Pressure High Impact Reserves Cartesian. I'm going to hang on to the Axial for now, as it does have Surrounded, but I really don't use it all too often. Same too with the Eremite, Controlled MBS, better for longer damage phases. Royal Executioner has got some okay ag clear perks if you did want something like that, but at the end of the day I'm going to stick with that trusty Vorpal Weapon Cartesian. It ends up just beating them all, particularly in smaller damage phases. That high impact with Controlled really needs time to build up its damage. Our Arc Fusions have had tons of goats. Plug 1's getting pissed off though. Monster Main Ingredient's getting pissed off. Monster Loaded Question getting pissed off. I'm going to keep the FR4. It's got Elemental Honing, could be good in some prismatic kits. Iterative Loop, Monster for short DPS windows, giving Bolt Shot to AoE. But realistically, the Szechuan Sauce has Controlled Demo, Rewind, great for damage. And I'll be keeping the new Plug 1 with Reconstruction and Reservoir Burst. It's great in GMs, whilst attacking strong enemies and dealing AoE damage to all surrounding enemies. This suspect is likely to be deleted. Epicurean, leave it in the dust. The Zealot's reward is nowhere near as good as it can be, so it's gone burgers. I'm keeping this Arrest for Cruci, Under Pressure Kickstart. Afterlight, I've got a double Discord, double Fusion Rifle kit I love the Afterlight for. Glacier Chasm is my only real DPS option here with Overflow Controlled, but I do have an Under Pressure Successful Warm-Up as well for the Cruci. Now I know you guys all love the Scalar, me not so much, so bye bye. We've got great Arc Pulses already. I've got 2 Cruel Mercies, Eddy Current Rolling Storm for the PvE, and Lone Wolf Headseeker as a monster inside our Crucible. We've got the Corrosion Air Trigger Volt Shot. I'm keeping this Oversoul Edict with Demo Adrenaline, and I've got a second one that I can craft, and I rolled this for the Cruci with Eye of the Storm and Headseeker. I keep two because realistically I was sick of having to change the crafter one all the time. For 390s, we got Eddy Current Jolting Feedback, and I've got a second Insidious that I'm going to have to re-roll back to Opha and Dragonfly. Great at Ad Clear, particularly in endgame. Despite Grid Skipper being one of my favourite weapons in this game of all time, I'm going to have to piss it off. Same too with Claws of Wolf. We've realistically got better options down the line. Yox's Longsword, solid AoE for PvE with Dragonfly into Stabilizing. I've also got a second one for the Crucible with Repulsor Pace and Withering Gaze, gate on any Falcons kit. And thankfully I got a monster Grid Skipper that came out recently with Lone Wolf and Elemental giving me monster stats. LC's rifle is of course the king of all things Void Rifle. I love the Zen Headseeker one, but additionally I've got a PvE one with Repulsor and Destabilizing. For our solar rifles, the Battler really is the king. It does most things. I've got a Perpetual Blunt. I'm going to keep the OG Demo Wellspring Ogma. This could come in handy. Hopefully we get a replacement at some later date. The 390, I'm rocking a Heel Clip Incandescent Adhortative. Solid weapon. My only solar SMGs to live on was the No Survivors. We got 3 great ones for multiple reasons. We got Rewind Target Lock for our Peacekeeper PvE builds, Demo Incandescent for my Ashen Wake builds, and Rangefinder Target Locked to mess people up inside the Cruci. I'm going to hang on to the 7th Seraph. Very few primary weapons have Warple Weapon on it these days, so if you do have this, hold on to it. Subjunctive gives me Disruption Break, making your kinetics work harder, and now Kalos is our classic Bolter. Hero's Burden, bye-bye. We've got much stronger SMGs now, like the Recluse. I'm running a surrounded one, and I'm going to keep Overshield and Destabilizing variant. The title is strong. It's got that classic contender origin trait and deconstruct, so it breaks barriers extremely well. And I'm going to keep that OG range monster Shara's Wrath with Tunnel Vision Kill Clip. Now, legendary bows are unfortunately quite weak both in PvE and PvP, but I can't get rid of this Harmony one. I love it too much with that last word. I've got 3 Pointed Stags I love. Elemental Eye of the Storm for consistency. Elemental Swash for that one tap. I say one tap. That meta's gone now, but hopefully it does return. But I doubt you hand cannon users will ever let that happen, sadly. And Pugilist Dragonfly inside PvE for a little bit of damage and topping up our melee juice. One of our best AoE bows is the Tyranny of Heaven with both Dragonfly and Incandescent. I'll be keeping my Adrenaline Junkie Strident Whistle. Hopefully we get another one-tap season. I'm keeping 2 Ascian Axes, Enlightened Opening Shot for the Cruci, and Cornered Surrounded for PvE, 2 Hushes, To the Pain Adagio, and Offhand Archers for that Hipfire. I'm going to Under Your Skin, Hipfiring Opening Shot is craftable though, so we can do what we want with it. The Thobia has Disruption Break. I've got multiple Fortunate Stars, Repulsor Destabilizing, Enlightened Kill Clip if that ever comes around again, with Hipfire Archer's Gambit for the Cruci. The Amnesis is a lot of AoE. I've got both a Dragonfly Demoralize and a Dragonfly Destabilizing. Obviously Demoralize will be better next season when we lose our artifact. Now it would be a fool to delete the Kindness, so of course I'm keeping this. Enlightened Bolt for the win. I've also got a Rapid Fire with Pugilist Volt Shot. I like this as it's got that right hook origin trait. I'm keeping my Keening even though it's not enhanceable, but Trust is still a solid sidearm in the Cruci. I've got 2 Anonymous Autumns, one with Zen Kill for some kill chaining, and I've got a Strategist Bolt Shot. It rocks really well on my Hunter. The Solo Rocket sidearm, the Aberrant Action, Strategist Incandescent. I'm keeping the Drang, it also has Incandescent. I've got 2 Helios, one with Heel Clip Kill Clip for the Cruci, and Heel Clip Surrounded works really well on my RDMs inside PvE. 2 Insurmountables, Air Trigger Closing Time for Cruci, and then a Repulsor Destabilizing for PvE. 2 Lotus Eaters. I've got the AoE version with, Repulsor Destabilizing, but I tend to rock the Repulsor Withering Gaze and slot it into bait and switch damage rotations. Bye-bye Aishas, Dermachalchus, Goat, Firefly, Dragonfly. Briars does both PvE and PvP, so hold on to that. I can't decide between my Amnesises, between Demoralize or Withering, but at least Withering works well in Crucible 2 with Gerfalcon's kits. I still love my Puge, Ink, Trusty, Time Worn. We're going High Ground Keep Away for the Crucible. 3 Nature Reclaimed. I love that Lone Wolf Kill Clip, but Box Breathing is solid as well, and Heal Clip Incandescent is good in PvE. Tarnish Metal is an S tier scout with Demo Bolt, and it's lightweight, and it's got that right hook origin trait. I really want that Unworthy with rapid hit precision, but I'm going to have to add this to my shopping list, as they don't yet have that perfect roll from the dungeon. I got 3 long arms, Lone Keep when I'm a coward, Hipfire Keep, that just gives me a little bit of play when they get nice and close to me, and I got a recycled redirection to run with that Stormskeep Barricade. Despite the Retrace Pass being slightly weaker, I'm going to keep it with Incandescent, as the Acacias I'm sick of changing. It's got so many awesome combinations, but I'm going to stick with my target lock one. You can have either the Chronophage or the Hollow Denial. They're both just purple laser beams at the end of the day, nothing really too special. Arc has a lot better options. I've got 2 Walled Spears I'm keeping with high impact jolting feedback and a high impact target lock. I'm also going to keep that Guardian Games one, but I'm not going to pronounce his name. I've got Recycled Energy and Detonated Beam for a bit of AoE. I've yet to enhance this because Recycled Energy has yet to be patched and is still not rewarding any energy. And I'm still going to hang on to a Path of Least Resistance, as sometimes that traditional Bolt Shot does work better than Jolting Feedback. Eclectic Distaff, replenishing close to melee. This is a ritual weapon, you should all have it, so you can just piss off that OG Void Glaive, you don't need it. If you don't have one, just head to the Exotic Archive and you should be able to pick one up relatively cheaply in the Legacy Gear section. The Netherrax Whisper, that can just fade away. We've got the Back Fang now, it's as solid as it gets. Grave Robber, Jolting Feedback, Run and Gun, love it to bits. Now I'm going to hang on to my Sweet Sorrow and Come to Pass, despite the fact I don't use them all that often, as we have a lot stronger options for our Arc ARs. Shadow Price, we got better 450s these days, so they can go. We got the Prosecutor, I've got a Gutshot Target Lock for Cruci, a Consistency Roll, a Zen Moment Tap Trigger, and then Monster Dragonfly Bolt Shot for PvE. I'm going to have to get rid of my OG Oracle. We got the Reposit now. I've currently got a Kill Chain one, Killing one Encore, but it is my intention to go back in there and get myself a Tap Target Lock one. Age-Odd Bond for all things AoE, Repulsor Destabilizing, 360s are very solid now. And I like the positive outlook in the Crucible with Zen Golden Tricorn. Summoner, I've got Zen Onslaught and Zen Target Lock, both good options. Got that Sperm Shooter, the No Hesitation, Strategist and Circular Life. I did hesitate, but I wanted to delete, but I'm not going to delete. Amit, Craftable, Solid, whatever role you want. But Abyss Defiant currently is just a mega rifle, heal clip incandescent. With tons of perks, you can craft a suit. Energy Shotties, Sudden Death of Old, bye. Keeping that slide closing time, Scavenger's Fate for the Cruci. I've got multiple sudden deaths, Discord Redirection for some spamming, 1-2 Trench of course is the GOAT role, and as I like to blink about on the Cruci, I've gone with Threat Detector closing time over that slide opening for my PvP role. Matador, bye, I could never get that God roll. Arcan's Embrace, I got Air Trigger Bolt Shot, and I got that Grave Robber Precision Instrument, which is very good as you can get those stacks up higher, faster. I got an Inquisitor with MBS Assassin Bait and Switch, which I plan to use for some deeps. But when it comes to the Cruci, I'm still searching for my Lone Wolf opening shot one, so this is just a placeholder for now, with perpetual closing time. I've got Deadpan Delivery, going to keep it with that Trench Barrel. Found Verdict, I've still got that auto-loading opening. Whilst not amazing anymore, it's still good, still tasty, going to hold on to it. Dead Weight, Rapid Hit, Vorpal Weapon, toasty. Heal Clip Incandescent on the tail sounds good, but isn't good. I've got 2 compasses, Slide Opening for Cruci, and Grave Robber 1-2 Punch to smack some Hive around with. Kalos, Grave Surrounded, Legato Deconstruct Vorpal, and I can't bring myself to get rid of my Mindbender's ambition. Not the best, but goddamn that gun looks good. I am keeping a Syringe's Tail though, with Discord Harmony, extremely good shotgun swapper if you love the no backup plans for a meaty double Discord build. I have no remorse in keeping them without. This is a great craftable shotgun, lightweight frame, and can do multiple things with. First of our heavies, we got swords. Now half Druce of course is more mobility with Eager's Edge, Bequest is monster DPS situationally, and Gold Tusk now all can use with Whirlwind and Relentless for longer consistent damage cycles. I'm going to piss off the Zephyr. I've loved you long time, Cold Steel is amazing, but now we have the Slammer, so I've got that Eager's Edge Cold Steel, and I've also got a Relentless bait and switch for damage. Goodbye old friend, Crown Splitter is gone. I'm holding on to the other half because I'm a Bungie boy for life. Death's Razor, as it's got that Infinite Guard, and now can be used across classes. I've got a collection of Falling Guillotines. This one is Relentless Bait and Switch, but it's also got the AoE combo of Destabilizing Chain. And I pair this with my Frenzy Bait and Switch for monster damage, and even monster damage. We got Relentless Surrounded. I'm fanging off my old Eternities. False Idols is monster with Bait and Switch and Attrition Orbs. This can keep us charged up consistently as we're doing damage, keeping that surge high. Caretaker's got many great options, incandescents and things, assassins, amongst others. And Throne Cleaver, whilst a lot of fun, doesn't do the biggest deeps, but fun kind of overrides in this game. I'm going to hang on to the Precipice for now. It does have some good options. It is craftable, so I can change from season to season. Of course, the Abyssal's Edge is monster, and it's probably going to continue to be so. I'm not really the biggest fan of wave frames though. I do like the Sickle and its caster frame. Sadly it's unenhanceable, but when we get a better option I'll probably replace it. For our linears, Reed's Regret, Clown Firing Line, still strong. We do have the Suspectum now. I've got MBS Precision Instrument on it, and we got an adaptive Fire and Forget with Headstone and Frenzy, and many other great options. Our Arc Sitch is a little less good. Pitch Glass getting pitched off. We got the Storm Chaser. It's got Firing Line, but we can't enhance it unfortunately. I've got the Line in the Sand. It is precision frame though, but we do have Deconstruct and Bait and Switch, so it could be good against some bosses. Taipan, Clown Cartridge Firing Line, Classic, and I got One Eyes that I run Discord on. Have yet to make it work, but I'm looking for something down the line. Our greens really got the gold. We got Rewind, Firing Line, Adaptive on Scintillation. I got an MBS Bait and Switch, and I got a Cornered Surrounded, one for every different type of damage phase we could want. I've also got the classic auto-loading Vorpal. It does still work in certain situations. Briar's Content, Rewind, Focus Fury, and the Cataclysmic is still gold, fourth time Bait and Switch. When it comes to LMGs though, we have got tons. Mainly I've got tons because I love them so much. Archon Sunder, Rhymes Deal Desperate Measures. I've got a second one with like tons of ammo, fourth time's the charm, rewind rounds, and I got a high impact with Onslaught for the Cruci. These 360s are a lot better. We've also got that Quafra, the aggressive frame. I've gone Rhyme Honing for a little bit of damage resist and great damage bonuses with Prismatic. Hopefully your recycled energy gets fixed, and I've got Dragonfly for a bit of AoE. Our Recurrent does Headstone, and I'm keeping the Chain of Command for my grenade builds. This is a ritual weapon, and you should be getting a free one from the Emissary. Pro Memoria, king of all strand LMGs, piss all the others off, like this Mikado, Faff and Go. Solar LMGs, we've only got a couple and they mostly do the same thing, but Fixed Odds is a lot better after that 360 buff. The Solar Spew, you kind of have to think more like an Uzi rather than LMG to really utilize the incandescent and heal clip. Do want one Unwavering, despite they can't be buffed up, but I do like Killing Wind on it. Hammerhead, don't really need this. Realistically, the Commemoration is king, so I'll be holding on to this with Rico killing Telly. The Hammerhead has to really offer something strong or different in order to beat this out. There's only really one combo I would keep on a Hammerhead, that of Rampage and Surrounded. Works extremely well on Hunter kits with Tether, as you can get up nice, close and personal. It probably would work with the new Actium War Rig changes as well. And of course we're going to want that Retrofit Escapade with 4 times the time target lock. does melt bosses at a lower range. I've got 2 Terminus Horizons, Rico Precision Instrument is absolute baller, and I'll be keeping an eddy current jolting feedback for that Titan Barricade. I had hoped to have more watchfuls, but the Terminus really did just outshine it, so the only one I am going to keep is the Field Prep Elemental Honing for my prismatic builds, as we've also got the Song of Air Ute, which is already a monster, and it's got Demo Sword Logic. The only rapid I'm hanging on to is the Planix, as this can get Thresh, it can get Right Hook, Origin Trade as well, so very good. And I love running it with Grave Robber. Again, more like a Uzi than a traditional LMG. Now I've got a few double ups with the RGLs. Realistically, I don't need 2 of these Wendigos, they can't be enhanced. Bittersweet's going to do it a little bit better. So what do we get here? MBS Bait and Switch, I'm probably going to want to keep that. Cascade one, I'm going to want that as well. What's my other one? MBS Cascade, I can probably faff that off. I'll faff off the Cascade as well for the Wendigo. Hullabaloo, Volt Shot Chain, Godlike. And I love the Hyperdimensional, the Stasis variant, that is awesome as well. I'm going to hang on to this Tarnation as it is a nice version with danger close, as I can really get up in people's faces and still blast them. More of a traditional Ag Clear variant. Be hanging on to 2 of the Chill Inhibitors, MBS Bait and Switch, and the Cascade Chill Clip. Different utilities, same monster weapon. Massilian Sea, Best Solar, NBS Warple, we could do with some more. Corex's Distress, Rico Surrounded, good for certain bosses. Now the Cataphract, I got a demo bait and switch, but realistically I want MBS bait and switch with spike grenades on the Wicked Sister. I'm going to hang on to this MBS Deconstruct for now, but yes, I'll have to add that to the shopping list. It'll also replace this Cataphract, so that can go. A Cosmic, High Ground, could be good. Swarm with the Raven with Cascade, I'm pretty sure I've got an Edge Transit here that could do it better. Yeah, I do, so Swarm, bye-bye. MBS Bait and Switch, definitely keeping this. Sticky, MBS Deconstruct, gonna keep that. Palmyra B, be gone. Cold Comfort Chill Clip, don't need you anymore. I've already got a couple here, MBS Bait and Switch, MBS Honing for Priz, and we've got a Chill Clip Bump in the Night. So, yeah, kind of got all my bases covered here, I think. Solar Rocket, His Vengeance, gone, can't enhance you. Realistically, we've got the Apex Predator, that just covers all things solar, Rico Bipod. Strand, you definitely want to try and get this, MBS Bipod. Also got a Clown Honing for my Priz, and a Grave Robber Bait and Switch Crowning Duologue, great for your Strand Warlock kits. I've also got a Grave Robber Bipod variant, both different utilities, whether you're in like a Grandmaster or a Raid. The Simo and Pumbaa can go, don't need you. Red Herring, you are gone burgers, you were never good. Now I wish I used rocket launchers like primary weapons, because this clustered destabilizing could be fun, but it's gone burgers. Realistically, MBS Bipod is the only thing this break tech has to offer. I do like the high impact though, I do like stunning recovery on it. But tomorrow's answer just does better. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to get into trials and try and find this out. I've got an MBS Explosive, but I want that sympathetic bait and switch as well, preferably with alloy casing for those quick reloads. For arcs, I've gone double crux, 1 slide bipod, 1 Rico bipod, as I never really found much utility with enhanced surrounded, as good as it is on paper. I had to be extremely anal with this approach, but I think it came out good. I'm quite pleased with myself realistically. Got my list down to 578, got tons of exotic armor here, ready to convert. Made myself a shopping list so I know what I need to farm out over this next month, whilst getting myself enough materials for next season's armor patch. Let me know if there's anything that I've kept that I should be deleting, and anything that I should be trying to get that I haven't got. What are your favorite gold rolls that you're keeping going forwards? Make sure to thumb it if you dug it, sub if you're new, and as always, tippy tie my damies, what a tie. Bottom of everything, he's the most tip top cat.